work can change based off your circumstances. Manifestation will adjust your circumstances for you, I believe. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm not even nervous to talk anymore. I'm not even nervous, like seriously. I'm not even nervous, like I'm so hi. Welcome to my casual YouTube channel. My name is Rusenica. This channel is dedicated to anything casual or monumental related to life, and I'm wanting to split my channel mainly into 3 categories, so it's not just like you look at this person who's just doing a bunch of random things that you can't follow. I want to split my channel into manifestation first and foremost, adoption ideas, journals, thoughts as I am an adoptee, and just kind of anything in the media that interests me, plus just anything that I want to journal about, real life human experiences that are very casual. I want to sit on my couch and talk about having a bad day or having a friendship breakup or having problems in your relationship. I am so excited to talk about manifestation because if you probably don't know, because you probably haven't seen any of my videos before, because manifestation videos do really well and a bunch of new people are attracted to new content related to manifestation, such as myself. Anyway, I intake so much manifestation content. It's ridiculous because I find that if you keep up with law of attraction, law of assumption, the idea of creating your own life, and you are constantly seeking out other people that are doing the same exact thing, it helps you stay focused and realize that life is anything that you want it to be. That's essentially what manifestation is. This is only for people who don't know what manifestation is. I'm just going to give the shortest, like, manifestation for dummies definition of it, just in case there's anybody on this video, which I doubt. But manifestation / law of attraction / law of assumption is the idea that you can create your own life you can create anything in your life and attract anything you want to you simply by thinking of it. So in order to be a strong manifester, in order to create the things that you want out of life, you have to keep up with manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption. One way that I do it is I watch a lot of Indigo Dietrich's YouTube videos. I have probably taken in a third of her channel because she uploads every day. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot to watch all of her videos. But every single one of her videos that she posts related to manifestation, I intake, and it really inspires me to be a better manifester. In one of Indigo Dietrich's videos, she talks about the idea of hard work versus manifestation. She's basically says, like, you can't sometimes, yeah, hard work is very valid, and I fully do agree with that. From my perspective, hard work is really valid. My god. I completely forgot where I was at. So the idea of hard work in manifestation, I think the average person, I don't know the average person, okay? I don't. But I feel as though the average person thinks that they can work hard enough for the life that they want, and that's it. I feel as though the average belief is that you're born into your own circumstances. You go to school, you work hard for the life that you want, and however much work you put into your life determines what you earn and what you deserve, and then from that, you create the type of life that you've earned or deserved. I really do admire people with strong work ethics because I really do think that when they put their mind to something, they can achieve whatever they want. But at the same time, I don't believe that hard work is more valuable than manifestation, because you have to manifest, visualize, think, script your life in your head and have the idea of the life that you want before you go ahead and commit to working for it, if that makes any sense. Once people who work hard have the why behind why they work hard, or the cause that leads into the effect, or just the idea that produces something large that they want to work for, is what follows after manifestation. So to me, hard work is not more valuable than manifestation. Also, because you could work incredibly hard your whole entire life and believe that hard work will get you everything, and then in a matter of seconds, hours, days, weeks, months, years, it could all be torn down, you know? You could work so hard on, like building up a business or something, or you could work so hard on your physique and believe that hard work is what got you there. And then if you have a business that failed, Like, look at 2020. I'm pretty sure hundreds of thousands of people went out of businesses because of 2020. That's not because they didn't work hard enough, just because circumstances really messed that up for them. If you feel as though you work hard for your physique, all of a sudden you could be hit by an illness, and then all of a sudden that's just taken away like that. Or you could have to take a medication that like ruins everything for you. In my opinion, hard work can only get you so far, you know? Especially coming from college, I worked 2 jobs every single year as a full-time college student, and I only just had enough to basically get by. And I still strongly believe that you have to, well, I strongly believe that your work ethic is something you should value and people should work hard for what they want. But I more so believe that if you put the work into manifesting and putting energy into what you want, it almost is more valued than to just say, I'm going to work hard to make this certain amount of money, and then once I make that certain amount of money and I put in this amount of effort into what I want to do, then I'm gonna have what I want, you know? Mainly because I feel like, and I feel like I'm gonna sound so like crazy, spiritual, ridiculous, but as much as there's so much value in hard work, there also are people who just don't want to work hard every day. There are also people who are unable to work hard, you know? I used to be a caregiver, so I used to work for people who could not even take care of themselves due to an illness or old age or circumstances. There are certain people who wanted a certain standard of life that were not able to get it, and that were not able to quote unquote work hard for it because they were physically unable. So the idea that if you just work hard enough for the life that you want, you'll get it, I personally, as a past caregiver, know that not to be true, because there are certain people who are unable to do that for themselves. And then also Indigo Dietrich brought this up in her video. She said the idea of hard, well, I don't know exactly what she said. I'm going to probably just butcher whatever the heck she was trying to convey with this. She said, like, Kylie Jenner, okay? Kylie Jenner, does she work hard? Do you think she really works hard? And honestly, as an empathetic person who doesn't like to judge people or like make assumptions about other people's lifestyle, even when they give us proof of what they do, Indigo says that she doesn't work very hard. I don't know her. But the level of lifestyle that Kylie Jenner is at, the amount of money and power this person has, simply for being in the family that she's in, does prove a little bit to me that hard work, like, at that scale doesn't even matter. Like, Kylie Jenner could probably work the minimum amount in a year, could be the laziest worker in her family, and still be a millionaire. Still have things I couldn't even dream of. From Indigo's point is basically like, this is somebody who does not work probably a fraction amount of hard as like a factory worker, or somebody who works in a restaurant. But this is still somebody who reaps the rewards of those people who work under her, who work much harder than her because of her position of privilege, you know? And then also I just want to throw out, I did not grow up for the later part of my childhood. I did not grow up financially stable. Financial stability is one thing that I'm chasing, mainly because I did not have it, and I would like to secure that for me, my husband, and our future family. I believe that it's very possible. That's something I'm manifesting for. That's something I'm putting in the work to do, is to never worry about money ever again. I don't know if I necessarily want to be like rich, but I don't want to have to worry about not having money for basic necessities, as well as I just want to be comfortable in my life, you know? So, but also, having come from my background, I find that there are a lot of people who work incredibly hard every day that don't get half as much as people who don't work as hard as them. Like, the idea of hard work also means very different things to very different people. Hard work for Kylie Jenner is so different than hard work for somebody who's a single mom working 3 jobs, can barely see her kids, you know? But to me, the middle ground, the kind of like saving grace of the whole oh, work hard for what you want. To me, it all comes down to, okay, maybe you can't work hard for what you want, but you can manifest the life that you want. If you truly believe, which I truly believe, that anything I want out of life, if I dedicate my mindset to being focused on that thing, then maybe I'll get it, you know? Or law of assumption says that if you act as though you have it and you really think about something in your mind and you really assume that you have something, then it will be attracted to you. You will have it. Okay. Whoa, location change. Anyway, so we were talking about how, well, at least I believe that you can only work yourself. You can only work so hard. Hard work will only get you so far, especially in your position in life. Hard work will get Kylie Jenner so much farther than me, you know? But manifesting and being a strong manifester who knows all of the tools to get yourself into the place where you want to be is a lot more valuable than relying on the idea of working hard and just hoping that your circumstances turn out. You're hoping that your circumstances will get you the result of your hard work. So anyway, let's talk about manifestation. Manifestation to me is kind of like a saving grace. Also, manifestation is the whole silver lining of this whole idea of work hard for the life that you want to create, because you can still imagine the life that you want to create. No matter who you are or what your circumstances are, even if you physically cannot work hard to achieve the things that you originally thought you had to work hard for, you can at least imagine and fantasize about the things that you would like to work towards, if that makes any sense. There are some things that I've earned that I couldn't have worked my way into. There are things that I have manifested my way into, so I'm gonna give an example of that. So back when I was maybe a junior or senior in college, I constantly worked. I had 2 jobs every single year of my my college experience. I strongly believed that if you work hard enough for what you want, then you will earn the things that you want, you know? And I still, to some degree, believe that. But it wasn't until I watched a Abraham Hicks dedicated video. I don't think that Abraham Hicks made this video, but it was basically her in a lecture. She was doing crowd work, I think. She was saying, what's something that you guys would have manifested today? I don't remember what this video was, so I can't pull it up and remember if I'm saying exactly what was happening. But to me, what I took away from this video was she asked people in the crowd, what are you manifesting right now? Or what are your troubles with manifesting? This man stands up and he says, I would really like to work for this or this or this. How do I get there? I feel as though the type of work I'm doing and the money I'm making is capped. He didn't say that, but basically he was like, I can envision these results that I want, but I can't envision working hard enough to get to my results because I feel like I'm already doing as much as I can and I'm stagnant. And then to that, she said, if you believe that you can only get what you want through the work you're doing, that is a limited belief. There's only so much you can do for that. So if you want to change that belief, find another way, essentially. So I was thinking to myself, my junior, senior year, I can't remember if this was my junior or senior year. I could probably figure that out in a bit, but like it doesn't really matter in this moment. But I was overworked. I worked on my campus post office. I worked as a caregiver, and I also worked, like I babysat on the weekends sometimes. Anything that I could do to make money that fit my personality, I was doing. Anything that I wanted, I truly believed that if I just worked, if I just got another job, then I would be closer to getting it. But the thing is, like, especially when you're a young person, working on multiple minimum wage jobs will get you your necessities and some of your wants, you know? So I just, every single like paycheck would be like, I have this money, but it gets spent. So I was just thinking to myself after I watched that video, like, that's so true. How do because I don't want another job, I want to get a certain amount of money, but I don't want to necessarily work for it because I can't mentally take that. But I think I said to myself after that video, maybe a couple days after, I would like $3,000 to $5,000 more. Don't know. I didn't know how I was gonna get it. I didn't know if I was gonna like have to apply to jobs. I just was saying, I just threw it out in the universe and asked God specifically, because I think with a lot of manifestors, a lot of people say like, be the God of your own universe. And that goes against what I believe, just because due to my faith, I will never place myself as a God. I believe that I have a God who cares about me, you know? Anyway, what was I saying? But saying, I don't know how I'm gonna get $3,000 extra, but I just started manifesting and writing down how I would feel when I got my $3,000, or how I would feel if I got like a Venmo payment of like a couple thousand, you know, or I would sit down and visualize myself being handed a check, be like, oh my goodness, I love having $3,000. Or I would even look up like my bank account, not my bank account, I would look up like a big bank account screenshot of like $3,000, you know? And I would just say out loud, I'm so happy to have this money. And I would just consistently repeat that, because I knew that eventually I was going to get it. At this point, I think I'd been manifesting not too long, but I knew that it worked. So I just was saying like, I want $3,000. I don't want to be physically exhausted and have no leisure time. And then also in this point of my life, I should have mentioned this at the very beginning, I was living with my brother and sister-in-law, and that made me incredibly insecure, because I just kind of felt like I was just this burden being placed onto somebody. So I just was like, I also would just like my own place. Like I think I also wanted $3,000 mainly because I wanted my own spot to be at. And but I also was manifesting an apartment. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna happen. I don't want a dorm. I want my own apartment. And then I just want like extra money so that I can give myself things for this space. So I just would say like, I can't wait till I have the keys to my apartment. I can't wait to blah, 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 blah. So many things I was manifesting and just dreaming about. And there's always a little bit of doubt in the back of your mind, like, should we really be, like, this is really kind of far out, you know? And then also I know that there's a negative side to sometimes manifesting. You know, the whole be careful what you wish for, you just might get it, is scary, because I think I had manifested like having a car, and somebody lent me their car, somebody who I didn't even want to lend me their car, and they did because I had manifested it, and I was like, cool, this is great, and I ended up getting in trouble, whatever. But I was nervous about manifesting that, because I was like, what if I get an apartment, but the apartment is like a horrible situation? What if this backfires on me? But still thinking like, I'd like my own apartment. I don't want to live with anybody else for the rest of time. And I want some extra money a part of that. And after maybe a couple weeks or maybe a month or so, one of my family friends called or texted me, and she said, hey, how would you like to be a house parent at the building that my parents used to work at? And I was like, what? And she was like, how would you like to be a house parent? We need a temporary house parent because one of our house parents are leaving because I got a new position. And I was like, wait, what? And basically the position was a paid position. I would have my own apartment for as long as it took for them to find a new house parent. And this was extremely odd. This was an extremely odd situation, not only because I was like, oh wow, I finally got what I was manifesting, but I was kind of like, I am not only not a parent, I am barely an adult. So the idea of somebody inviting me to be a house parent as I was 21 or 22 was wild, you know? But apparently the spot was given to college students before, and the person who was giving me this said that she really trusted me, she liked me, she viewed me as successful, and the stipend would be like $500 every other week. And I was like, wait, what? Like, no, like, life is not real. This is not real. Trust me, this is not real. But I said, like, I need a couple, I need some time to think about this. And then I think I got back to her and I was like, sure, I'll do it, because I was manifesting this. And she got back to me after like a couple of weeks, and I was getting nervous because I was like, this of course is too good to be true. But eventually I had it, and I had my own little apartment, which was so cool, because I think this probably was my senior year. Yes, this was my senior year. I got the apartment like in summer, the last couple of weeks of summer. And then I went in from summer to starting school again. And then I had a dorm that I was paying for housing, because I was like, I don't know when these house parents are going to come back. I just know I have an apartment because they're not here. Yeah, so that was super cool. Like, that was super cool. I had an apartment for from August to December, and then they got new house parents, and then from December on I lived in a dorm. But it was so cool to even just be able to be paid to live somewhere. The idea that I got money and a place, and I was manifesting both and didn't think they were going to be inclusive, you know, that's wild. To me, I did not work my way into that position, okay? I manifested it and knew somebody who was willing to give me that opportunity. Don't know how. I threw it out into the world. God heard me. God placed it on her heart, and she got that for me. I am a young person. I would not even recommend myself if she had asked me beforehand, if she didn't just offer it to me. If she would have been like, what have you ever thought about being a house parent? I would have been like, that sounds silly. Like, are you kidding? I couldn't have worked myself into that. I couldn't have worked, okay. Although it did end up being a job. Like, I did have to end up putting in some hours, but it was significantly less effort that I was putting into that job than any other job I had before. Like, any other job I had before. And that was amazing. And I couldn't have worked my way into that, you know? Like, I did not have the qualifications of being a house parent. I wasn't a parent. I was just this girl who coincidentally lived close to the place where they needed somebody to fill in. And I so happened to have needed what they were wanting to give me. You really do just have to manifest, whether it be by visualizing, scripting, saying out loud, or repeating what you want. Hard work can change based off your circumstances. Manifestation will adjust your circumstances for you, I believe. That's all. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night when you're watching this. And I hope that whatever you want comes to you.